Hey there, it's Jitterybug. Welcome back to my channel. We have so much building we need to do in this world, and we only have a little bit of time before we hit 500 days. So the next building we're going to be making is an armory, and I think we're going to put it right behind me where that little stone patch is. To do this, we're going to have to do a lot of terraforming, so I'm probably going to stream a good amount of that, and I will see you guys when we're ready to start building. Terraforming has been completed. Let me show you guys what we got done on stream. So we put up some lovely little lampposts all down this pathway here. We also built a hill. So there's this thing here now. And we flattened out some of this area and made it nice and green. So that's what we got done on stream. Now on to building this armory. Let's see here. Let me take a look at what blocks we're going to need for this build. Definitely oak and pale oak. We might honestly need to collect more of that stuff. I'm just going to grab everything that we have here and a couple stacks of oak that we have here. And this will probably be good for the whole frame of the house. Or of the build, I suppose. Okay, let's go start framing this build out. And we are going to frame with the oak logs. Right over here. Okay, so probably starting from right about here. And then we're going to get just a little bit of pale oak planks. 4, 5. And we're doing kind of like 5 blocks between each oak pillar right here. Oops. Like this. And then we have 3 before there's another one, and then this goes out another 5. I need to move this entire build up a little bit. It's a little too close this way. So we're gonna move it over to like here. Okay, here is the frame for this build. There are 5 pale oak planks between each of these oak logs here, except for right here, there's just 3. So that's the shape that we're going to be going with, kind of like an L shape-ish thing. And then we're going to build up these pillars to be 5 tall. So let's do that really quick. And that'll be around the whole build. We gotta take care of the skeleton first, though. There we go. And now we can build all these to be 5 tall. And we're gonna connect them then. Like this at the top. And I kind of lied. This length here is 7, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this wall is 7, which means that this wall is also longer. So it's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, I think, is that pale oak wall there. Just a heads up, messed that up a little bit there. But now we can move along with this build here. And I think we're gonna start framing out where all these windows are gonna go. Okay, so on the front of the building, we're gonna have a layer of pale oaks. This will be kind of like the floor, I guess. Or this is where the floor would go. Alright, now we can start putting in these windows. And we're gonna do 1 by 3 windows along the front of this building here, like this. And then this little wall, I think is gonna have a little window there. And this wall is gonna have 2 windows, like so. And then this wall is just gonna have 1. Just kidding. This wall's gonna have 2 windows, like that. I think, yep, that'll work over there. Okay, so here are all the windows in this build. I think I want to decrease the number of windows on this wall. So what we're gonna do is maybe actually we'll move them in one like this. Oh, we got some phantoms coming after us. That's just amazing. Okay, so there are those windows there. I think that's going to be overall better. We'll add some details on that wall. I'm going to stand over here for a second and just take another peek at my build. Next up, we're going to need some shelves, which I don't actually know how to make. Oh, like this, I guess. Oh, we're going to need a lot of these. Okay. I'm going to just... Oh, it's morning. That's good. Phantoms are going to be going away now. All right. Let's make more of these shelves. Beautiful. And I think we're going to put the door on this wall over here. I think that's going to make sense. And then actually we're going to move these windows out one. Here we go. Figuring this out as we build here. Yeah, that's going to be better. We're going to put shelves. Oops. Around each of these pillars as kind of like little bottoms, like caps on the pillars almost. I just think it's a nice look. I've seen people do this with these new shelves, and I think it looks quite lovely for our little armory here. Oops. Okay, we're gonna need more of these shelves to finish up this build. We've got all of these columns set. Next up, we're gonna need some pale oak stairs. So I'm gonna go make those guys. I'll probably need more than that. Though probably not that many more. And we'll need some oak stairs. And hopefully that's good for now. And I need to pillar up to the roof here. We'll use oak logs. And our first layer of this roof is gonna go right here on this pillar. It's not gonna have an overhang really at all. And we're gonna go 3 high like this. And then our border will be the pale oak. And the same thing here. We're gonna do a 3 high little stair roof. Then we get to fill in with oak stairs. And right at the top here, we're gonna do some stripped pale oak logs all the way across. So we've got something like this going so far. Let me get some more of these pale oak logs here, because we're gonna build a little second part of this building, if you will, right on top of this one. And we're gonna do a 4 high pillar right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to go all the way across and do the same thing on the other side. I overshot that a little bit, didn't I? Right here. There we go. I think I want to duplicate this on the other side of the building. So we're gonna have to make a couple of small changes here. Actually, okay, that stays... No, that does not stay. Boop. I want it to be a T shape instead of this L shape that we got going right here. Okay, so we're gonna go out 3 with our stripped oak logs from here. And we can tear down all these walls later too. But let me just double check. So yes, it goes log, and then we have 3 of these pale oak and another log on the end. Okay, now we can fill this back in. Not too difficult of a fix. Luckily, we have plenty of space to make that change super quick here. We'll be up against this hill, but that's okay. I'm gonna put up the pale oak planks for this wall, and we'll have to put the windows in as well later. But that'll be all right. We'll be fine. Okay, so the door's going there. I think we're just gonna do that for windows on that wall. This wall will have a window that matches the other side. And then, oops, I gotta jump to place these blocks. There we go. And then windows over here. We put a pillar right in the halfway point on the other side, so I guess we'll do that over here as well. And then we put in windows right here and right there. I'm all about symmetry. I like a nice symmetrical build, you know? Okay. Except for the door. The door is a little off center, and that's all right. Now we have to build this upper section up here. So we're gonna copy what we did on the other side. So we're putting stairs like this, and I think we went 3 up like that. And then we get to go all the way across with these stairs. Probably gonna need to make more, and it's also getting dark, which means we're gonna be dealing with some mobs soon. Alright, oak stairs to fill in. So far we're doing good on the number of stairs. Oops. Okay, and then we went across with stripped pale oak, I believe. Yeah, that's what we did. And then we're building like a second story on top of this little roof piece here. Oops. But we've got to frame it out first with our stripped pale oak logs that we're running very low on. Oh dear. Okay, so there's kind of the second story, what it's looking like. And we're gonna do oak trim for the roof. And it's going to face this way. And this is gonna be like just a normal roof shape, I think. Oh no. We have phantoms again. There are so many of them. Let me take care of these guys really quick. Okay, phantoms have been taken care of. They're gonna respawn in a little bit, but we're just gonna try to hurry up. There's a creeper in the house. What the heck? Alright, we need more stairs. We're gonna take care of this creeper. And the phantoms are back. So we're gonna go down. And go to sleep quick. Can I sleep? Can I sleep fast? Yes, I can. No, stop that. I have to sleep before they hit me. Okay. We made it. We made it through the night. Oh my gosh, that scared me. Let's eat some food because we are dying. Pretty rainbow though. Alright, we need a bunch of oak stairs and we need a bunch of pale oak stairs. That's gonna be a problem. We're gonna have to go home to get more of those. And probably end up planting pale oak trees. Unfortunately. What do we got? We've got... I'm just gonna take everything. I'm gonna take everything we have. Because we can restock that later. Oh my gosh, we have a bunch of pale oak stairs already made. That's awesome. Okay, maybe we will be alright with pale oak. I am gonna have to do some hardcore pale oak tree chopping pretty soon though. That'll be a good stream activity. Okay, these walls are gonna be oak, so I'm gonna use that to pillar my way up. And do this side. This is kind of a big build for an armory, but I don't know, I think it'll be nice. Let's go do this side. We didn't have enough to do this little peak of the roof. There we go. And then we gotta fill in with all of these pale oak stairs. I think we're gonna put a chimney somewhere on here, but we can put that in later. I got this roof filled in. Looking pretty good there. Let's get these walls done really quick here. Okay, that works. I am going to do a layer of oak, kind of like where a floor might be. I'm not exactly sure where this floor is gonna go because it's a little weird with that roof piece, but it'll at least help us get these walls up. All right, let's do one more layer just so we can go back and forth easily. There we go. So there's our window placement for upstairs. I think I need to just fill this in a little more because I gotta place windows over here as well. And we can do maybe a similar pattern over there. These ones go to the floor. I don't think we're gonna keep them like that though. We're gonna go like this. And I want to do over here before we do this wall because it's gonna be, I think, mostly blocked off anyways. We will need more oak logs. And we're gonna go up 5 on these corners. And then frame out this extra little section as well. We're running so low on wood. I thought I had enough, but you just kind of lose track when you start building. Okay, so there's that little section, and this is gonna have, I think, pale oak framed, a little pale oak framed roof thing. So let's do that really quick. I think this is how it'll work. I probably have to take this out so that I can do this roof correctly. And then jump up here and fix this guy. Okay, there we go. And this is also just gonna be a regular roof shape. We're not doing anything too crazy here with a little point as well there. All right, let's go to the other side and copy that same thing. We didn't have to break anything that time. That was nice. And we're not gonna have phantoms tonight because we slept. That's awesome. All right, now we have to fill this in with our oak stairs, but we need to make more. I think everything is fixed. Let's free cam and see how this looks. I think it's looking pretty lovely. Okay, we just need like walls, and then we should be pretty good. These walls are gonna be pale oak. Right in here, and I feel like we're gonna do like a window like that, and on this side we'll do the same sort of windows. Oops. And for this little like attic-y space, I think we're gonna do a little window as well, but just a little one like that, so there's a little light coming through. That's done then. We've got a couple zombies. Alright, now we have to do this side. And is that it? I can't tell, but I'm going to pillar up with cobblestone and dirt. Oh, that didn't work very well, did it? Can't jump. There we go. I feel like probably just regular oak for in here. And then I might want to do a little cross beam like this. Oops. And then put the oak below it. Something like that. Probably pale oak stairs. How does that look? I think that'll work. Yeah, that works. And then we gotta do the very top of the building. And then is this thing done? I think so. Okay, let's somehow get to the top of the building. We gotta go in here. And way up here. What do we want that to be? I think also pay our regular oak wood. Let's make a bunch of planks. And I feel like we're gonna wanna do 2 windows. Whoops. Or maybe one kind of like picture window. I like a good picture window. I think a picture window is where it's at. All right, let's go down here. We gotta go get glass for all the windows before we can do that. Let's also take down this thing. No. You're not allowed here. Why? There we go. I feel like that arrow went right through him. Beautiful. Okay, you guys know what's next. We need lanterns, we need leaves, we need fences, we need glass. I like that. I feel like we're probably gonna want leaves on the very top, maybe kind of going over the top. Okay, that'll work. I need lanterns on some of these windows. Let's do the outside windows again over here. And we'll just go one in the middle there and one in the middle on that side. Okay. 360 once again. Okay, it's looking good, guys. Beautiful. Let me make a bunch of oak trapdoors. We're gonna need so many trapdoors for all these windows. Goodness gracious. And we're also keen we also can start putting these little leaf beds by all these windows. I'm so scared that a creeper's gonna come behind me and blow up my new build. It has been raining non-stop. It feels like in Minecraft lately. What a bummer. But how's she looking so far? You know, I feel like it fits in very nicely with the rest of the builds that I have. She could probably use some fences. Maybe a little balcony. I'm gonna get more oak wood and we can keep on tweaking this thing. Yeah, I feel like there's not enough fences. And you just gotta start tucking fences places and then it looks better. Oop! Didn't really mean to do that. Okay. I gotta get around these leaves somehow. I guess this? Do I though? No, I guess I don't really need to anymore. Unless I'm putting fences in these corners too. No, there's a sign there. Okay, well, I guess we'll just go back up this way. And we're gonna put a fence across this window, even though it's not super visible, but give it a go. Okay. Let's do another free cam, take another peek. Okay, looking a little better, I think. Chimney's probably gonna be a good idea. I realize I'm missing signs still around this whole build. I think our armory exterior is pretty much complete other than the chimney. Let's go get some fire. I feel like we could also get by with a little doorway overhang. We'll need another stair. Something like this. Oh, we'll need another trapdoor as well. You know, I think that always looks cute on a build. Okay, so chimney I feel like is gonna go a little off center, maybe like right there. So we're just gonna go ahead and pillar all the way up there. And I think right here. Oh, I forgot to make the fire. What do we think of that? I think that looks pretty good. Okay guys, what do you think of the future armory? I think it's looking pretty good. We have to do the interior still. Let's at least put in the floor before we head off for the day. But I like it a lot. I'm really liking it. We're just gonna have like some armor and maybe some tools in here. I'm feeling an oak floor, just a regular oak floor. A crosshatch floor would be pretty cool. But I don't know that I have all of the oak that I need for that. So we're just gonna stick with this for now. Oh my gosh, we had the perfect amount of oak logs left to get that floor in. Amazing. Okay, can I get rid of this? I can. So I guess that's where maybe the floor is gonna go. Like this, I think, probably. Okay. We'll need stairs at some point. I think we might do this interior on stream. And if you want to watch the streams, you can check out, I have a VODs playlist, and I also have all the episodes of this series with the VODs included in order, so you can check that out as well. So I'm going to do that interior, and then I'll see you guys in a little while. Well, we didn't get too much work done on stream, but we did get a couple little pieces of armor put up here. So with that, let me just I'm gonna free cam because it is nighttime out. Quick show you guys, we put up some more paths and some more lampposts. So we've got a decently well lit up area. We do have a lot of torches that we still gotta get rid of, but our world is looking super duper cozy, and I'm very much so here for it. So with that, we're gonna go ahead and end this episode right here. I hope you guys enjoyed. Shout out to all of our lovely channel members. Thank you guys so much for the extra support, and I will see you guys all next time. Bye!